Alright, good morning everybody. Howdy YouTube verse. It is I, Zaf, and in today's video we got a continuation of our sparring session with Dad Bod Ryu. Alright, so this is number 2 out of 3. If you guys missed the first session, we will have it in the bio of the video. Alright, so you can check that out in the bottom if you want to see what the previous session looked like. So we're gonna continue on this. Basically, the last time we talked about how he had like a very proactive approach in a reactionary sense, which sounds kind of contradictory, but the idea was to kind of break away from his impulse, right, and to change that and to play more forward fighting, forward moving, forward thinking. Okay, so we're gonna see how much he's adjusted after 100 games, and then of course we're gonna analyze it and then give him another 100 games homework assignment leading up to session 3, which will be our grand finale. All right, with that being said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment something, I don't know, tell me your favorite color, anything for that nice little algo boost. So Dad Bod, let's talk about it. Let's talk about your progress, how your progress has looked.
Well, so you told me to do the 100 games. After the session, I just went into it. I was just trying my best to just walk forward and get over the fear of getting hit, get my toes hit. And I did that. I counted it out 100 games, and I would say I definitely found myself not being in the corner as much.
Nice.
For sure, because it wasn't necessarily just walk forward mindlessly. I did, you know me, I did down backing too. So, obviously you got to block, but I just try to not move back at all. I don't think I'm walked back once in 100 games.
Damn.
Maybe just like the only time I did walk back is whenever I would do a back dash shimmy or a walk back shimmy, or if I pushed them in the corner, then I would start to kind of dance a little bit, because that's the only time I would walk back, because I have the space to work with, they don't. But other than that, so I also did a bunch of computer games, computer versus computer games against Cammy. I was just trying to like hold down forward more, and I was able to get the motion down. I think the only thing I noticed that I didn't do was to get over that chicken blocking, whatever it is, that stutter blocking, where I would walk forward. I think I'm better about it. I was playing a guy the other day, another character I have trouble with, and I was just like walk forward parry. I was just trying to walk forward parry and parry jump, and I was like, I didn't really down back that much, because you don't have to down back really if you've got the parry button. So that was kind of my mentality. But I do notice that I still do the chicken block every now and then. I'm trying to get over that. So
okay, that comes with practice. At least now though you're aware of it. That's the first step to change, my friend. That's why a lot of people don't change, because they're not even aware of the things that they need to change in the first place.
Well, that's why I hit you up. So
perfect.
I was like, what do I do? So you figured it out really quick.
Also, I appreciate that beautiful heartfelt comment on the testimonials. I had to pin that. Yeah, I pinned that. It was pretty good. I laughed like at the first 4 words.
Yeah, it took me a while to write it. I was like, because I really did enjoy this session. So
well, let's build on that, brother man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I know last time I played Cammy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you mentioned several characters though. So do you want me to continue with the Cammy, or do you want me to switch to another character?
Well, to maximize my 3 sessions, we should probably do other characters. Okay. Because I kind of know what I have to do against Cammy now. It's just, I'll do another one. It probably wouldn't yield as many returns. So let's just do Dhalsim if you're wanting to do Dhalsim.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna mute or deafen, and then I'll see you on the other side. Okay. Alrighty.
Hey.
Alright, GG's. So let's talk about it. So what did you see? What did you experience?
Well, I can't really walk forward very much. It doesn't feel like I can walk forward without having to take a lot of drive chip. I didn't want to walk backwards and try to whiff punish your limbs because then I just walk myself into the corner.
Right.
So I was kind of stuck. I was like, well, shoot, I'm just having to walk forward and block a lot and maybe try to catch that standing roundhouse or maybe catch a standing medium punch, but you weren't doing that very often. So I went walking back maybe further. You did the medium kick a lot, and I couldn't catch that. I was trying to whiff punish that. I got the standing round, the fierce one time, and that one's a little easier to get than most. But it's just the fact that I have to walk so far back to intercept it. So it's like this dichotomy, I guess, of, okay, maintain space or try to walk back and whiff punish and push myself into the corner where I don't want to be.
Right.
That, and I was getting hit by a lot of dive kicks, which that's always fun. And I couldn't intercept those, or I was trying to anyways. I don't think I got one, and I was getting beat by teleports, the teleport mix. Getting beat by that a bit. I couldn't, I mean, the only success I had was like empty jump low, which is such a okey doke tactic. I felt really, it's funny when it worked, but yeah, I think when I had you in the corner, I had some success, but I kept getting clipped by either crouch jab or one of those little pokes. And you don't really throw, so I was trying to like time. Either way, it was just really all over the place, and I didn't really have much direction. Even when I was in a successful position, but yeah, I can't get in, or I'd rather, I don't know. Maybe tell me what you saw.
Well, I'm glad, because you basically said everything I wanted to tell you. You hit every single nail on the head. So that was good. Your awareness is increasing, and I can see it in the game too, because I saw the adjustments. But the issue is exactly what you said. You don't have a direction, and Dhalsim's such a free-flowing character. He brings a lot of chaos in a very weird passive way, because it's hard to pin him down, right? He's like so slippery. It's like you're trying to catch him, but he's just always like, it always feels like he's just out of reach. Like he's above you, he's behind you. It's like, you're trying to attack him, but then he's not there. He's like a magician. So,
yeah, exactly.
So it makes perfect sense that you felt the way you felt. So now I'm going to show you how to simplify this, right? Let me give you the RPS of how to beat Dhalsim. Okay. It's very simple. So I mean, you can still lose if the player's, fast at adapting and understands what you're doing better than you. But this is how you can basically beat every autopilot Dhalsim player. Okay. So the simple RPS is this: when you block, it's actually not the end of the world. All right. Yeah, he can, he can do some drive chip, right? Of course, which is what you were doing, right? You're trying to walk and block me. Sometimes you get hit, right? And you're losing drive gauge. But it's not a bad idea to do this. Okay. Because look at what's happening. I'm getting closer to him, and then I'm also increasing the chance of me potentially perfect parrying him, right?
So walking.
Right, yeah, walk and parry. So walk and block is like, that's the old school dinosaur way of walking and blocking. In this game, we're gonna walk and parry. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be a zoomer. Embrace the newness. Okay.
Yeah.
So
got it.
And this is really good because the pushback of normals and specials when you parry is reduced, so you're technically closer to him than you would be if you blocked.
Got it.
Okay, so let's say if I'm gonna use his feet as like a measuring. So let's say I'm here. Okay, and I block. Okay, my foot is on this line. All right, so it's on this. It's It's the fourth line from this. Okay. So now if I parry though, see? So it doesn't seem like a lot,
Two less.
but it's two less. Yeah, it adds up very fast. All right. So when you're doing this, you're gonna get really close to me. You're gonna get into those ranges where you can make contact with my body. Okay, a lot easier. So what this does is it forces me to now try to punish the parry, which is pretty risky. Or I have to just allow you to parry. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to parry. I was trying to like read normals and parry, but I found myself like losing drive gauge. I'm like, oh crap, I'm 2 down now. Like, I better stop doing it because what happens if I burn myself out? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as long as you absorb an attack, you're basically at a net neutral. Like you're net positive, right? Like you're not losing anything. You're not gaining anything. As long as you parry. See, I'm still at. I return right back to that full bar, right? So what you want to do is when you're playing, you want to react to the twitch in their animation, right? That way you don't just parry, like you don't want to randomly parry. You want to parry like you see a flinch, right? I'm not trying to perfect parry, but I'm just trying to, you know, react to. If I want a perfect parry, then I'll. So, like for him, for example, when his body contorts like that, you know, it's just like, oh, obviously he's going for a poke. What is the poke? We don't know, right? Because you're not really interpreting the button. You're just seeing any sort of twitch in the animation. Okay, so this is really good. It's gonna force me as a Dhalsim player to do one of two things. I'm gonna try to punish the parry actively by like trying to throw it somehow, right? Or I'm gonna let you parry, and then obviously if I let you parry, this is also a win for me too, because if you parry and you don't absorb anything, you not only, you know, you just invested bar for no reason, but there's a meter regeneration penalty. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's 5 seconds.
You mean whenever you do a whiffed parry, it takes 5 seconds to start regenerating?
Yes. See?
Jeez Louise, that's a long time.
Right. But that's passive like regeneration. You can still regenerate it if you like walk forward. You see how slow it is? So like for example, I'm gonna go to 2 bars, right? So like look at this. So if I parry, okay, you see I'm at like 3.5 bars. Passively, it takes 5 seconds, right? I can still regenerate it by walking forward, but look at how slow it is. And then you see how now all of a sudden it got faster because the 5 seconds is now up.
Is that new for season 2?
No, it's always been like that.
Has it been? Okay.
Yeah. But see, imagine you weren't even aware of that. So how many situations occurred where you might have put your or contributed to your burnout demise because you weren't aware of that?
True.
You know what I'm saying? So like stuff like that is very, very important. So now that you are aware of that, so now you can see like the small little victories and small defeats in that little interaction for you and for your opponent. Okay, so now excuse me, you have me hesitating, and then you know you have a couple of things you can do off of that. So like if they bait your parry, you can obviously do this, right? A parry hold into a drive rush, but that's very dangerous because you know against the good players, once they see you holding it, they're only looking for one thing. You know, they're like, okay, I'm just wait for green. Okay, they press a button and then they'll counter poke you. So you just have to be careful with it. You know, and when you do parry, just make sure you are blocking, because if you don't block, if you hold, let's see, like
you get counter hit, right?
Right.
Punish counter, right?
Basically, yeah. So you'll get punish counter. And so see, Dhalsim doesn't have any like high low from this range. You don't have to worry about it. Most characters, I don't think any character does, to be honest. But you still want to be mindful, because some people, they'll parry and try to move, and then they get hit, and then they get punish countered, and then that's further drive damage we're talking about, right? Like, which is not good. So not only am I taking the investment penalty, right? I'm subtracting the bar I did invest, and then I'm also taking damage. That's three terrible things to combine, you know, for the sake of trying to maintain efficiency with your drive meter. If you're allowing those three things to happen, that is not good. So you have to be very, very careful with that. Okay. So now let's say you got me to, you know, like, I'm hesitating right now. I'm like cautious. So now this is when you can start peppering Dhalsim with, like, if you have a fireball, this is really good. It's doing fireballs because Dhalsim doesn't really have good anti-fireball tools up close. Right? He has this.
Oh, I have a question about, so would you say it's sometimes better to take a hit walking forward than to parry, since you don't lose drive gauge if you have a lot of life?
If you're low on drive gauge, yeah, I'm fine with that. But it depends, because you don't really want to get hit by certain things, right? And you don't want to get hit by certain things, especially if they have access to meter. But I actually do believe there's a time and a place where it's okay to get hit, because, and that sounds like it's like crazy, like why would you want to get hit? But because the drive gauge is the most important health bar, in my opinion. It's the most important meter. That is the true health bar. It's better for you to take slight little damage, you know, as long as it doesn't convert into anything crazy like a corner carry or a level 3 combo, then yeah, it's totally fine to just kind of like walk. You could just like offensively walk. So you
where's Dhalsim's effective like DRC range? Like, is it fierce? Is the little fierce that he has, the close fierce?
It would be crouching. It would be crouching medium punch.
That one?
Yeah.
And he can cancel into a combo like at the tip?
Yep. He could do oops. So this.
Okay, so that's tough. Yeah, especially if you can just get clipped easily by that.
Yeah. But if you maintain the range, then you can whiff punish it and then he's cooked. Okay. Yeah, so the crouch fierce, this goes underneath your fireballs, right? But the thing is, at this range, you can't react. Like, this is not fast enough for you to reliably react to it. You'd have to be preemptive, like, for example, this recording is, right? But if I were to do this, you see, he's gonna get clocked. Okay, so doing close fireballs is really good. Right here. Okay. And then, you know, that hesitation from the fireball can help you open up your drive gauge, drive rushes. Okay, you can drive rush. You can also raw drive rush if you want, just to see if they're capable of stopping it. Because some players, they're capable of stopping it, but only when they're looking for it, right? And then when somebody's looking for it hard, then they're most likely susceptible to other things. So that's like a very simple way of, you know, establishing pressure on Dhalsim. But the real RPS of fighting Dhalsim, this is in any Street Fighter game, okay? This is all you do. So Dhalsim has 3 modes. All right, he's doing, he is making contact, like back-to-back contact, right? So for example, this into this, right? It's a very common this, okay? So if he ever does this, you can punish this in multiple ways. You can commit to DI.
Yeah, okay.
You can interrupt it. Right, which would be, let me see. Okay. You can interrupt it. You can, I think, sweep. Volley sweep. Okay. You can obviously perfect parry this.
Yeah, you can probably Dragon Lash over it too. Maybe it's probably too slow though. Maybe light Dragon Lash.
Alright. Okay. So you have options. So the idea is, why would Dhalsim do this? Well, Dhalsim is doing this when he sees that you're being very passive and he's just trying to force you I'm trying to coerce you into making a decision that I can take advantage of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just want to like take advantage of some aspect of your patience, because the Dhalsim's gonna win when he capitalizes on impatience. It's actually really hard for Dhalsim to win when you're not doing anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I don't have anything that really like forces you to do much aside from EX Yoga Arch, which I'll talk about in a bit. But so this is how you would deal with this, right? So you think of this as like a one of the RPS situations, is you just contest this, okay? So yeah, I just showed you like 5 different ways of punishing this, right? Or wait, what else you could do is you could do this, right? So it's only plus 14, but at least you could drive rush afterwards and it'll frame trap basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about jab fireball with that? Is that not enough?
Yeah, you can jab, but it's only plus 2, so it's like this reward is like eh.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. I like this just for the simple fact of like, you know, you can get that guaranteed pressure. I mean, of course they could perfect parry your drive rush, so it's not guaranteed, but it's just likely going to counter hit any type of check that they're gonna attempt against your drive rush. Okay. So another thing you could do is, if you know they're committing to this is like the IDOM tactic, is you block a button and then you walk. So let's say if I blocked right here, right? I'm gonna be in range of both the mediums. But if I walk back, see? So now I get a whiff punish. And it's so subtle, right?
True.
Like, look, Dhalsim is committing to that at the fastest possible timing, and I'm still like able to walk back with a delay. I'm not even walking back immediately. Right?
Can crouching medium punch reach that?
Let's find out. Yep.
Then you can. Is it enough frame advantage to?
Maybe low forward. Let me see. So yeah, maybe if you want to like meter dump or something like that to kill.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can also sweep.
Yeah, sweep. Yeah.
I don't know if you can crouch fierce. Yeah, hitbox is too high. Okay. But you can also
just do that. Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's a pretty cheap option.
New.
That would be so funny if that worked. Thank God it doesn't work. Well, it might actually. I might not be
What
doing
about
it.
crouching medium kick?
Nope.
Only 5. Yeah.
Yeah. But regardless, it's still pretty good. Still pretty good. It might be. Let me see. Can you roundhouse this? Nope.
I was thinking about it too. Yeah.
That's too high. But still, you have answers, right? So the idea is, whenever you see a Dhalsim in that mode of just like back-to-back actions, you have to condition him to like chill the fuck out, right? If you want to engage, unless you can keep punishing this. There's no real like right or wrong way to fight Dhalsim. You just have options and just adapt accordingly, right? He's the character that's going to change more often than you are because he has to. Characters he's not really forceful, you know. So he's a character that has to allow a lot of situations and then circumvent them in unique ways. So he's a character that's more likely gonna be dynamic than you are in order for him to be a good Dhalsim player, right? Ken, you could just go brrr and fucking go ham and potentially win, right? So
Yeah.
so now you've convinced him to do this. You've convinced him to, hey, I'm gonna stop doing this back-to-back medium. So what do they do next? They do this. Then they wait. Okay, so now the next aspect of the RPS is capitalizing on the waiting. How do I take advantage of waiting? Well, you do have a couple of options, right? You have fireball. Okay. What is this on block? +8. This is actually less plus.
Thinking about that, yeah.
Okay, so you can. Okay. You can take advantage by establishing this. What you could also do is you could commit to a dash. Right? So in order for him to punish this, he'd have to do back-to-back stay medium kick. Right? Or he'd have to react, know you're gonna dash, and do back medium kick. Or down back heavy punch. Alright, which is very unlikely. You'd have to have shown him this, or he has to have committed to those buttons preemptively, proactively, in order for him to consistently punish something like this. Which means it's a habit, and then you take advantage of that in other ways. Okay? So, dashing is not a bad option. You can obviously drive rush too. Okay, these are good options. You can also Dragon Lash.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how you're taking advantage of waiting. You can also walk. If you've like short-circuited Dhalsim's brain, just walk up. Okay. So let's say this Dhalsim in particular does something like that, right? You could walk up and then whiff punish, right? Because maybe he thinks you're gonna walk all the way up, right?
Yeah.
You could walk up and stagger like that. You could walk, do nothing. You could roundhouse. Okay. So you have options. Okay. It's okay so far?
Yeah, okay, so the RPS is him poking, like doing multiple pokes, and then once you've beaten that, he does poke hesitate. Is that?
Yeah, poke wait, poke react, you could say.
Poke react, okay.
What are you waiting for?
Just making sure I got the framework down here.
Yeah. So you could think of like, yeah, you could think of it like, you know, waiting, right? So it's like poking, committing to poking, waiting, committing to waiting. And then the third thing would be, I'm trying to remember this. It is, oh yeah. So the third thing is, so they delay, right? So this is the in-between world. So this is when you get creative, all right? So when he's waiting, he's looking for a big move and trying to punish accordingly, right? So when he does this and he's waiting, he might check your drive rush, right? And then he like checks you out of it, right? So when he's in that punish mode, that's when you take advantage of things like using fireball, maybe doing the dragon lash, like doing things that you don't think he's looking for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the type of shit you gotta do. So then the other thing that you could do is when you want to punish the in-betweens, that's when you start to punish the timing. So the person is not necessarily like reacting to what you're doing, but they're doing something like this where they're like, right, or this, wait, this, okay? So this is like the something like this, right? This is what you do.
You jump it.
You jump it because they're committed to this timing, right? That's what you basically do there. All right. So you capitalize on the fact that they're more committed to a timing delay, and it gives you more freedom basically to punish the thing. Right? Because when they delay, that means the start of their move is, you know, happening a lot later, right? Because if I were to do this, I'm pretty sure, let me see. See, he blocks it in time. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not in range of the jump fierce. See? So him doing this back to back, I can't jump that. But if I see a delay, see what I'm saying? So that's how you would capitalize on that.
So there's the back to back, and there's normal delay normal so far, or delay or wait maybe.
Yeah, I would just categorize it as like waiting, because when they wait, they're allowing you to show them, right? They're allowing you to take the lead in the dance, right? But when they are delaying, they're not really giving you control. They're just pausing to try to manipulate your reactions, and then they really want to do the thing they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So they already committed to it, but at a specific timing. That's what you're punishing. So it's like a delayed commitment. You could think of it like that. So there's reversal timing, there's reversal commitments, and then there's delayed commitments, right? The reversal is like immediately, and then delayed is like there's that hesitation, or there's like a brief moment of silence between the real actions that they want. The silence, the nothing on the screen is not really what they want. They're just using that to manipulate your attention and your focus, and then they're throwing on this whatever tactic it is that they want. It could be a fireball, right? So you can do it with projectiles. You could do fireball, wait, fireball reversal. See? So like that's how you could change your timing as a fireball player also.
Yeah, I got clipped a bunch of times because I know that if you throw the arch fireball, that I can, and I read that, I can just drive rush. But no, we're not talking about that. But yeah, we're talking about the normals right now, I suppose.
But yeah, so you can you can use that, and then you can sneak in those DIs as an option against those back-to-back things that we talked about, like with stand medium kick, right? You can use it against the delays also, but you just want to be careful doing it against people that are waiting. See?
Yeah.
So that's how you could use DI in like a footsie situation, a neutral situation, is to clip those first two aspects of the RPS: the commitment, the reversal time commitment, and the delayed commitment, right?
Got it.
So when you made somebody hesitate, and then you're closing the ground, the player might opt for different options to try to stop you. So then they'll start using this, right? But the thing about this is
whiff punish it.
You can whiff punish it. You can whiff punish it pretty easily too, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, so your stand fierce is too high, but crouch strong is perfect. You can do it from really far too. Nice.
Well, it's not 6 though. It has to be. I think it has to be 6 for it to be a true combo. I think.
I mean, it's working at this.
Oh, it's punished. That's 6. That was it.
Yeah. So as long as
yeah, as long as that should have been good. Yeah, that's good. You're right.
So it's pretty stable. It's good options to have. So then here's some Dhalsim specific stuff. So if Dhalsim does this arch, this is guaranteed a dry rush punish. Like this is all right. So when they start to do this, yeah, you can easily react to this. You can even do this.
That's one thing I'm not doing. Well, if he does it full screen, you can't really react, right? Or can you?
If he does it full screen, yeah, not really, to be honest.
Yeah, tough one, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine. Like when they do it here, it's like it's not the end of the world. When it gets fucking tricky is when it's here that they do it, because if you allow it to happen, you now have a really fucked up 2v1 situation. This is the most forceful thing Dhalsim can do. So you should never allow this to happen in neutral. If it's happening in neutral, it's because you're so fixated on something that they're sneaking it in. So this is how they would. Yeah. So like, this is their form of countering your version of waiting and reacting. Because if you're waiting and reacting for a button that never comes, right? The crouching medium punch, they would sneak that in, and then you're like, wait, what the fuck? Okay. So you want to be very careful with that. So ideally you want to make sure you're outside of like his, what would be his crouching medium punch range.
Right.
Right. And then if he were to do it, you would just react. So an exercise you could do to implement this is just make sure he blocks. And turn both of them on.
Try to get the medium and try to get the arch.
Yeah, this is way I have to delay this because this is not even letting me get time to fucking settle. Hold on. So you do like, you know, you do jab, jab, boom, something like that, and then you do jab, boom. Or actually, let me do a different version. There you go. Then you turn both of them on. See, so it can be tricky, but when you practice it,
to. That's the one thing I didn't know that actually. So
you can also do this to beat both technically.
yeah, that's true. But you have to use 2 bars, 3 bars. But yeah, so it's worth it to get close to him because you can get your meter back pretty quick if you're attacking.
Right.
You get some back anyways. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you have options. You just gotta lab that, practice that. And so you do that, it will kind of simplify. It makes the interaction a lot harder for me as a sim player because then I'm like, damn, you just took away my most forceful move. In this game, forcing tactics are so important. It's like in chess. If you have if you have check is the most powerful move you can make because it forces your opponent to actually have to deal with the thing you're doing. Right? They can't just ignore it. They have to do something about it. It doesn't mean that they're in a bad position necessarily because you've checked them. Because there are situations where you can check an opponent, but then they block and then they have some sort of like a pinned attack that's set up or some sort of discovery check or something crazy like that, right? But the idea is it at least forces them to play in your playing field for a brief moment at minimum. Okay, so this is like that would be my version of that is EX Yoga Arch, because when it's on the screen you have to now decide, are you going to parry, are you going to block it, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
All right, so you don't really want that to occur. So now the other thing is, the last point was dealing with the teleports. Okay, so teleport is honestly brain dead easy to deal with. There's 2 teleports you have to worry about. Well, there's really 3, but one of the 3 I don't really care for because you'll beat 2 of the 3 with this one option I'm going to show you. We'll start with ground teleport. Ground teleport is the fastest teleport. Right, he could teleport in front or behind. Okay, so he has the option. All right, both of these are 39 total frames, so that's damn near like the equivalent of me jumping with Ken, like 6 frames removed. Okay, that's how telegraphed this is. All right, if I go backwards, this is even slower. It's 46 frames. Okay, so I'm gonna explain why that's important, the teleport back, in a bit. But so when he teleports, it doesn't matter which side he teleports to on the ground, because you could beat both of these options by mashing a jab. Okay, I blocked. Let me do another one. I blocked. Okay, we're gonna turn both these on. Doesn't matter. I don't even know where he's gonna be. So I don't have to react to where he is. I just jab. Okay. All you have to do now. So whenever this happens, I try to do like neutral buttons, because you know some people like to do, let's say like if you had like I don't know, like a unique attack and it's like back, you don't want to do that because then there's a mix up on your input. What if they don't go behind you, or what if they do go behind you and it fucks up your back input, right? And now you get a regular stand heavy kick instead of a back heavy kick with like Ryu, right? So I just try to use like, you know, buttons that I can just
fast buttons,
but buttons that I can also confirm like in neutral. Okay, like a neutral input. I don't have to do like a unique attack. So just don't use unique attacks. All right,
that makes sense. Yeah.
And then also, you know, something that will give you enough time to confirm which side they're on, because obviously I don't want to do this and then I don't have enough time to confirm on the second button and which side they're on, and then I fuck up my input, right? So you want to like, when you hit this, you're like, okay. So ideally, once you see the camera shift, it tells you where they are. Also, you see, the camera isn't as violent like on the change when they're in front of you.
But when they go behind you, it's a lot more dramatic.
Yeah, see, like that. You're like, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, so this is super easy. So then, now let's do the other versions. So now, okay, so we got that. Let me actually do it with a button. So jump light kick is the fastest. Is it? No, it's jump light punch. That's what it is. It's 4 frames. Okay. And then, all right, so we're gonna turn both of them on. I don't even have to think about it. I think I could actually run. Maybe, let me see. Nope.
Nice.
Oh, that's crazy. So you can't combo off of this, but just the corner carry is like worth it.
Yeah.
Right? Because Dhalsim in the corner gets fried. And you know what's cool about this? Is that the input for run is just 2 neutral kicks. Like I don't have to do a direction. So I could just literally just autopilot this as soon as I see him teleport. And then I'll just confirm it. Oh, he's on this side. Oh, he's on this side. See what I'm saying? Like, I don't play Ken either, and I'm doing this pretty consistently. Okay, and this is like the equivalent of you DPing them too, technically, because like, yeah, it's even more damage. That does 1320 on counter hit. You could also do this too, which is pretty good.
You DP after that? Yeah.
If you want to get a little bit more damage.
What about EX Dragon Lash after that? You probably follow that up with from a jab too.
Yeah. That's the Daigo.
Yeah, isn't that a new combo?
Yeah, you could do it. I don't know the exact instances. Forgive me, because I don't play this character.
I haven't really practiced that particular new route either. So either way.
So yes, you have that, right? So those are the 2. So you cover both of them by just doing this. So then the next exercise for you, right, to just like practice the actual confirms, is doing all 4 of them. So like, turn this off. So it would be right, that. But a good Dhalsim would almost never do a ground teleport like that. But no, still, yeah, you want to be prepared, right? So you want to turn it all on.
Be ready. You understand the properties of the move, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that EX Dragon Lash is a whopper.
Yeah, yeah.
What about Roundhouse Jinrai and then EX Dragon Lash?
Yeah, that should work
Maybe
too.
that works. Cause that one's with the chunky boy. There you had the yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
gotta love Ken.
Fucking Ken Masters, bro. Son of a bitch. But yeah, so you have a lot of good options for that. And then the last teleport, which is the most annoying one, this is the one you have to be like really on point with, to be honest, is the high teleport. This shit is fucking toxic.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this one is pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie to you. They don't really want to do teleport into a light because at that point it'll like whiff or not do, it won't have enough hit stop for him to combo. You see, like I hit you and I'm -7, -8, right? Like I don't want to do
You
that.
have to do the fierce, you
Right.
have to do the swing, yeah.
Or I have to do this, right? But even then, like it's not like enough for me to, right? I'd have to wait. Okay, so let's say I what you could do is you could air to air to basically consistently stop this. So let's say even if I were to be on the other side, right? So let's say like that, or okay, I'm gonna turn all of these on, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. See, it's like it's the same idea. And look how plus you are, plus 32. So you can basically, you could dash and then drive rush into pressure. I see, and you would beat 4-frame buttons. You just gotta make sure you delay it. Don't jump too early because he didn't cross me up sometimes. But you see, he has so much time. Even if I mash, like look at how long it takes for this to actually come out. See?
Oh, and it still beats the fierce.
Yeah.
Even if you delay it.
Because the fierce itself is like what, 13 frames? Yeah. So 13 frames on top of if we look at the math, right? 18, 9, that's 27, right? Plus 6 is 33. So I'm not even able to really fucking attack until like 40 something frames into this situation.
Very slow startup.
Yeah, it's just slow as fuck. But the thing is, when people play Dhalsim, they kind of have like a mental stack. They're already like annoyed by the character at the character select screen. So, you know.
True.
So yeah, this is like, it's pretty easy to deal with. Those are basically the main things about Dhalsim. That was really it. And then there's like advanced stuff that you can practice if you want, which would be
what
like,
was that setup you were doing against me when you crossed me with a teleport? It's like a meaty teleport, then you back teleport to like, it's like a teleport shimmy. You did that a lot.
oh, off of Blast. I think it was off of Blast. Like that.
Yeah, and then you could throw or back teleport to shimmy.
Right. Yeah, so this, if you know they're gonna teleport, right? I'd have to ground teleport, but if I ground teleport, you see how minus I am? Minus 44. So if I do this, it's to bait your reversal, right? So, but I still get hit.
Okay.
Yeah, so this doesn't work against Ken. It works against like other reversals, but yours like has that second swoop, so I get bodied.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll have to remember that setup so I can just practice that too.
Yeah, you can literally just react to it and be like,
well,
okay.
I think what other setups were you using against me with teleport? Was that it?
There's way too much for me to like break down to you, to be honest. It's like, because there's so much nuance, and then it would just overload your brain. The only ones that you have to know that are 100% real are blast, right, which can only work if you're hit standing. If you're hit crouching, this whiffs, so you should always be ready to like punish this just in case. Okay. And then yeah, so if I get hit, I'm plus 42, so if I teleport, I'm plus 3, so I get a guaranteed throw strike mix up basically. Okay, if I do this, that's not real. The only safe jump he has is blast into this. That's real. And even then, right, like you just back roll, and I don't get it. In the corner, you know, it's real, so you have to be like, of course, mindful of this. Okay, but
and you can get the blast by just like DRC, right? Like
yeah,
that's
I'd have to do something that force stands, so that would be this. Yeah, basically this is the only thing that force stands. This doesn't force stand. This force stands, but I can't cancel this. So
and you can get that from like say a standing medium punch from distance. You can get like that setup from basically anywhere, right?
yeah, if I whiff punish you, yeah, I can get it like. I'd have to like DRC twice at this range, to be honest.
Oh wow, so it's kind of hard to get it.
Yeah, that's why when we do this, we just do this into flame and reposition.
And from there, can you get any kind of mix-ups? If you do the
heavy flame, yeah, it has actually more advantage than heavy blast. So you can actually get a legit. You can get a legit jump mix up off of this.
That's one of the ones that I get hit by for sure.
But the thing with this is so difficult to make real. Like your best bet against this, honestly, is to just parry.
Because what else is he gonna do?
Right, he's not. It's very rare for them to do empty there, because if they do an empty there, they get cooked by everything else that you could do. You could like if you this is such a manually timed setup, like it's just not reliable.
Okay.
Like I could do that, but you'd have to manually time that, and it'd have to be perfect, you know. So if you know the person is doing that, then you would just let them do that and be like, all right, well, I'm gonna mash.
Oh, I see.
Okay. So yeah, that's basically it. So just parry, so that way you can avoid the left-right mix-ups off of blast and flame, and then force them to empty into throw, which then opens them up to this.
Okay.
Right, and then I gave you the RPS, gave you the punishes for the arch. Well, oh yeah, okay, there's one more thing. So this is the last thing I'm gonna show you. It's punishing this. So sometimes you'll see Dhalsim players do this into this.
Yeah.
If you perfect parry this, you can DI. Right? And then it gets you a guaranteed punish. So the timing is a little weird, but just 'cause you have to delay it. See?
Because it's 2, you can get through 2. Yeah.
No, you're not even absorbing the second hit. Or you're not doing it after the second hit. You're but yeah, you can absorb 2 because you parried the first one, if that's what you meant. But yeah, see?
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
So the timing is a little weird, because if you do it too fast, it doesn't come out. But see,
And that still counts as a perfect parry scaling.
yeah.
Okay.
Right. So the thing that's good about that though is if they do the medium version, it's a true block string, so it doesn't come out anyways. See?
If they're at the tip, you can also DI straight up, right?
Yeah. That's what happened with you one time.
Yeah, I know that bit at least. I've watched quite a few tutorials on Dhalsim, but yeah, but then either way.
No. So yeah, that basically is it, good sir. So, all right, so Dadbot, tell me your 3 favorite things you learned today, and we can conclude.
Well, I like the RPS of dealing with the neutral buttons. That really fleshed it out for me to move forward against the character in that respect. That's one. I liked the teleport tutorial, so that was good. I like the teleport information. So it's just a lot of fleshing out of moves that I didn't quite understand before.
Yep.
That part. And then understanding the difference, I suppose, between beating those options. Let's see. The walk and parry helped too. Yeah, I wrote that down. The walk and parry to deal with pushback, to reduce the pushback. Yeah. And dealing with arch. Anyways, there's a lot. So that was my 3, I guess. So dealing with the RPS of neutral, beating walk and parry, to reduce the pushback, and beating teleports for sure. But there's more there, but I gotta go rewatch it a few times to take more notes and flesh it all out. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing too is you can kind of apply the stuff we talked about to every matchup, but you just have to fine tune it.
Yeah, so because of the timing.
Because of the timing thing, right? Timing, different startups, different reaches, different properties on specials and stuff like that. But basically, for 100 games, what I want you to do is to just practice interpreting the timing of your opponent. Are they doing this thing back to back? Is there a delay, or are they waiting for something?
Okay, so for 100 games, practice interpreting timing.
Yeah, exactly. Interpret their timing. Are they doing this thing on reversal, back to back? Second, are they doing it with a delay, right? Where if I don't do anything, they're gonna do it, but they just do it at a different timing. Or third, are they waiting for something specifically?
Okay. And all right, 100 games. Gotta get it.
100 games. All right, Chief. Proud of you. Keep it up. You're leveling up. I see it. I see the growth.
All right.
I'll catch you.
We'll see you next time. I'll schedule that 3rd one, and I'm gonna get this 100 games down. Appreciate it.
All right, brother, man. See you then.
I see ya.